Hey, this is Al Duncan, co-host of Skill Talk. Look, we got a great episode coming up for you in just a few seconds. I just want to give you a quick reminder. Please share this video or the podcast, and make sure you like it as well so that we can continue to get the word out and continue bringing you great videos like this. Also, remember to sign up for our mailing list and check out the video resource library and the other resources that we have, like activity sheets that will help you build your soft skills. The website is tem.com. That's tem.com. That stands for Soft Skills for STEM. Enjoy the episode.
Welcome to another episode of Skill Talk. My name's Michelle Lee, the founder of Soft Skills for STEM, and with me today, my co-host, Al Duncan.
That's right.
The guru.
Oh, now I'm the guru. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take that, and since you're going to give me one, I'm going to throw one back at you, Dr. Michelle B. Lee, and the B is for bold. That's my word for you for this week. How about that?
Bold and the beautiful.
The bold and the beautiful. Okay, you gonna stick with this beautiful thing. Anyway, so we're back again, looking to have some more fun. As you know, we're always relaxed and casual, but we want to help you get the skills that you need to succeed. And so what we're gonna do is, by the end of this video, we'll give you some things that you can do to begin to work on your soft skills and help take you to the next level. Doc, what are we gonna give them this week?
Well, Al, there's been a question that's been on my mind for a while.
Okay.
And it actually came from an interview that I did over a year ago.
Okay. So you were in a job interview?
Yeah, I was in a job interview.
Okay, what happened?
And so they asked me this question, and why it's sticking to me is because they asked it twice. And the question was, would you actually do what your manager asked you to do even if you didn't agree?
That's deep.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Say that question one more time. Say the question one more time, because that's deep. Think about it.
So the question was, there may be some situations that you might not agree with managers. But if your manager asked you to do something that you did not agree with, would you do it?
Wow. That's a tough question to answer. So, we want to know. What did you say? I want to know what you said first. Right, yes.
What I said was, there will be situations that I don't agree with managers.
Okay.
But if the manager asked me to do something that I didn't agree with, and if it did not compromise the values of the workplace or the core values of the workplace and my ethics and my morals, I would do it.
Okay, that's a good answer.
And when they asked me that again,
yes,
I said the same thing.
So they asked you the same question twice?
Yes.
Okay.
And I said, I will do whatever my manager asked me to do, as long as it does not compromise the core values of the organization and my morals and values.
I like the answer. I guess, of course, everybody wants to know, did you get the job?
No.
You did. So, okay, so you did get the job. So you did get the job. So, I guess the real question is, did she answer that question the correct way or not? Right? So I kind of got an opinion on that.
Okay, what's your opinion?
So here's my thing. My thing is this. That type of question is what's known as a behavioral question. It's a question that unpacks your character. It starts to examine what type of soft skills you have. They're looking at your character, your ethics, your integrity, but also your critical thinking, your problem solving, and things of this nature. Now, when you're dealing with questions like that, believe it or not, there is no right or wrong answer. It's not a right or wrong answer. What there are ineffective and effective answers. So an effective answer is something that adequately demonstrates your skill set and your thinking behind that type of question, and also how you would actually function in that particular scenario. And what it does is it promotes and puts forth your personal brand. Now, whether or not you get the job, people are like, well, I wanted the job, she didn't get the job, and so is it a mess up? No. Because some jobs aren't for you. This is why they ask specific questions like that. So when I say there's no right or wrong answer, there's just an effective answer. If you listen to her answer, okay, Dr. Lee, the way she answered that is very effective because it actually gave you insight into her character and her brand and the way she would handle a situation like that. So it actually was a good way to answer it. And even though you didn't get the job, the way I always look at that is like they miss out on a great opportunity. That's you, because we know how awesome you are, right?
Yes.
And it might not have been the correct job for her at that particular point in time, all right?
So you brought up a very good point, and I think, that question basically was looking at my ethics.
Yes.
And what is your definition of ethics?
So ethics is tricky. I'm sorry, you can go look it up yourself. But here's my thing. I don't worry about ethics. I worry about whether or not a person is ethical. And ethical to me is just, do you tend to do the right thing at the right time, whether someone is looking or not? Now, and no, I say tend to, because nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. I thought I was doing the right thing. I didn't mean to cause this problem, but I did. So you're ethical if you're operating within your own value system. You're being true to yourself, and you tend to do what you're supposed to do at the right thing to do at the right time, whether someone's looking or not. And so if you're doing that, to me, you're operating ethically. So there's my little definition when it comes to ethics.
Yeah.
So, and let me give you an example of this. The reason I say this is important is because, now I used to be a chef, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I used to be an executive chef. I used to run 12 restaurants in Atlanta, Georgia, and I have interviewed and hired hundreds of young people. And so, one question that always comes up, and you might not even think that this is a question about ethics, but it actually is. You might miss it. But that is, so what are your weaknesses? My weaknesses, yes. What are your weaknesses? You're like, wait a minute, this has something to do with your ethics? Yes, because I'm looking to see how you actually answer that. I asked the guy one time, so what are your weaknesses? He said, well, my only weakness is that I never go home. I work too hard. I never want to clock out, right? Now, I'm sitting up here like, come on, bro. No, I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to convince me that it doesn't have any weaknesses, right? Is that ethical? No. Think about that.
Yeah, everybody has weaknesses.
Right.
They might not realize they have.
They might not realize it, or they might be trying to hide them.
That's true.
So they're afraid of being authentic. And that's not cool. So part of ethics is also not being afraid to be yourself. A better way to answer that question, hey, listen, you might want to write this down. I'm telling you, okay, I'm serious.
Where's my pencil and paper?
You didn't bring it? Well, you can watch the video again too, but you need to be taking notes, right? Okay. Now, so somebody says, what are your weaknesses? The only thing you have to say is, look, one area that I'm always focused on, or one area that I'm always trying to get better in. Notice I didn't say one area I'm weak at. We don't say I'm weak. You don't do that. Say one area I'm always focused on, one area I'm always working on is this. It could be whatever. Organizational skills. I'm working on my creativity or whatever, time management. And you say, one area that I'm always working on is this. And what I do about it is this. So what you did is you identify something you need to work on, and you show how you're not going to allow that to keep you from getting your job done. So what happens is it shows you're not afraid to be authentic. You're admitting that you do have a weakness or something that you need to improve on, and that's great. And so you're showing a little bit of transparency, a little bit of transparency, and a little bit of authenticity. Therefore, you're coming across not only as someone who is skilled and showing soft skills, but you're coming across as somebody who is ethical as well.
Yeah, so when we talk about weaknesses in a job interview, how would I answer that question?
What you got? How would you answer that?
My weakness is this,
okay,
but this is what I'm doing to improve my weakness.
I like that. That's hot. I can get with that too. And so as you know, here in Skill Talk, we always tell you Skill Talk is real talk. I just got finished saying there's no one way to answer questions, no right or wrong answer. And so you might find multiple ways to answer it, but the way to answer it, once again, is in an effective manner. And so I know, Dr. Lee, pretty soon you're going to be giving a talk on ethics coming up soon?
Yes,
okay.
In a couple of weeks I will be going to Cleveland.
Okay.
And I'm giving a talk on how ethics improves the safety culture.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So that'll be good then. So you're gonna give us some tips on being ethical. That's good.
Yes.
I think the challenge in that is that, and we always like to give our viewers a tip before we get ready to wrap this up. We always say, well, we're going to help you improve your soft skills. So how do you help somebody become more ethical? We were talking about this off camera. We don't know how to do that.
Well, you always have Duncan Nuggets.
Well, I got Duncan Nugget for you, but I don't know how to help you be more honest, show more integrity, things of that nature. You either want to do it or you don't, okay? So when we say becoming more ethical, the tip is hard. It's hard to give you something specific, but I will give you this $1 million question. If people knew the real you, would that help you become more successful? See, the answer to that question will help you figure out whether or not you're operating in an ethical manner. So that's what I got on that one.
Yeah, that's called transparency.
That's what it's called. That is exactly what it's called. So you got any more ethics?
No, that's it.
I guess if y'all want to know some more ethics, you go meet her in Cleveland. No, don't do that. That's called stalking. All right. Just watch later. Maybe she put some video highlights up or something. Anyway, so we'll see you again soon on another episode of Skill Talk, right?
Yes. We know what we're going to talk about.
But you don't. Like we always say, if you want to find out, I guarantee it'll be something good. So just make sure you tune into the next episode. My name is Al Duncan. On behalf of Dr. Michelle B. Lee, we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Until then, be safe, be well, and be blessed.
And that B stands for bye.
Skill Talk is filmed live at Photo Magic Media in Atlanta, Georgia. The show is made possible thanks to the National Nuclear Security Administration.